What's up, everybody? Welcome to Jump In and Rant with the Instant Classic V. That's me. We got a great show for you here today, but before we get started, go ahead and click that little thumbs up button and go ahead and subscribe and click that little bell there for me and go and help me out. It was actually been a great Monday and Tuesday night for Monday Night Raw and SmackDown because they were actually at Madison Square Garden. Monday Night Raw kicked it off and ended it with Stone Cold Steve Austin, which was actually awesome. Hearing that blast just crash through, it literally lights everybody up. It keeps everybody on their toes. The show is actually pretty good. To be honest, I enjoyed it from start to finish. SmackDown, no idea. I really hope that once they actually go over to Fox in October, they do something a little bit better, and I am looking forward to that. To be honest, not too. I mean, yes, it was at Madison Square Garden. Honestly, they should have made this show next week after the pay-per-view at Madison Square Garden when everybody's pumped up from the pay-per-view. But, you know, to each his own. That's how they want to run things. That's their own show. So I'm just telling you what I would really want. But it was still a good show. Got to see Stone Cold. Got to see The Undertaker. Got to see Randy Orton and Kofi. Let's hope to God after the pay-per-view this coming weekend, that'll be the last time we could see them together for a while. Because I was actually, when Kofi and Randy are actually fighting at the end of the show on SmackDown, or towards the end of the show, I actually thought it was going to, have the Revival come in and interfere, but it was just the two of them, so that was kind of cool. But we actually got to see Kevin Owens get fired over that dumb shit. Shane came back. I mean, last week was great because Shane was at jury duty, and it was nice and quiet. It was good stuff going on. It was a good show, but, Shane came back and stupid shit started happening again. But, that's what ends up happening. But I really wanted to focus on AEW and NXT because coming up next week is actually NXT's very first live show on USA Network, and I am stoked for it. I'm pumped for it. I know Triple H is pumped and ready because he's got an all-star lineup, and with everything that's going on in NXT and AEW, AEW's having trouble selling some tickets, but I really kind of hope that they do sell out and they do start putting on a really good show because I am looking forward to doing it and watching it and reviewing it with you guys, so that way we can get more feedback from everybody to see where everybody is at with the show. And AEW is definitely, it's fun to watch. I mean, I watch the pay-per-view, so I'll definitely watch it and tune in every single week to see, how they're going to do things differently, how creative is actually going to be able to run the show. A lot of people in AEW, they actually have some creative control with their contracts, and that's the one thing that's kind of separates it apart from WWE, NXT, everything else that is under the McMahon umbrella. So honestly, it's, so far it's actually been running pretty good. I enjoy the show. I enjoy watching Chris Jericho and Hangman Page, and all the different. Honestly, I love the tag teams, and AEW definitely has my eye for the tag teams because they put on phenomenal matches. I mean, you have like the best tag teams. You got a lot of good luchas in there. You got the Jacksons in there. I mean, they're kicking some butt. And they're taking the names. So they do keep a record. They keep score of wins and losses. So they are trying to do things a little bit different, but they're doing a lot of things still the same. And I'm sure you guys know exactly what I'm talking about as far as highlighting the big names. And I think they're just doing it just so that way they can get people to tune in. They can start building the other characters, and then those names will be more household names, more common names for AEW to start to promote. I mean, there's a lot of people on the indies that are very great and very popular on the indie scene, so that's exactly where they're popular. The indie scene isn't too popular, just your ride or die fans, love that indie scene, but the indie scene does need to be brought to light, and AEW, I think, is that actual source where it is going to be brought to light, and more stars are going to start to rise up and not have to worry about, hey, we should go to WWE, because AEW is right there. It's going to be neck and neck eventually. Right out the gates, it's probably not going to be. I mean, everyone's like, oh, WWE is going to go under in the Wednesday Night Wars. Honestly, as long as things go down and Wednesday nights happen and they keep happening, it's going to be a great time for fans. The fans are going to be enjoying AEW. They're going to be enjoying NXT. They're going to be enjoying Monday and Tuesday night. You got Monday, Tuesday. Well, wait, but then when SmackDown goes over to Fridays, you have Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You have the very beginning, the middle, and the end of the week. And then if you have pay-per-views on the Saturday and the Sunday, I mean, wrestling is dominating. I mean, honestly, when I was growing up, we had WCW and WWE, and it was awesome. I mean, we had Monday Night Wars, we had Thursday Night Wars. I mean, Thursdays were kind of like, if you watch WCW and Thursday Thunder, we all knew it was the B team, and that's not the team in Raw. But it was fun to watch. It was still a fun time to watch. WCW pay-per-views always, did an amazing job for the fans, except for, we didn't have networks, so we couldn't pay $10 a month to go see it. If you had a little black box, you could get pay-per-view for free. You were lucky enough to watch it, however it went. But it was still a fun time to be a fan. Even now is even better time to be a fan, because there was a lot going on. NXT is going to be first live, and then a couple weeks after that, we're going to get to see AEW live on TNT. And honestly, if you're a fan of both and you want to watch both, you're going to be able to get to watch NXT on Thursday. If you want to watch AEW, if you have a DVR, record it. I don't have a DVR. I haven't had a DVR for years. I don't really need one. It's just you can always watch it online somewhere, somehow, in some way. So I have no problem with that. I'm wondering if they're gonna stick it on I think they're gonna be at Thursdays on the actual network, the WWE network. So we'll see how it goes. I'll still end up watching, still do a lot of reviews, and I think I'll probably end up doing maybe like a later on in the week review for NXT and AEW. But we'll see how things go. We'll play it all out. I didn't want to make today's show too long for everybody. I know my last week's show ran about 30 minutes. But I did want to make sure everything, kind of covered here now, because there's not too much that really went on this past week that's going to be so life-changing, or, honestly, the one thing I did say, Michael Cole made a comment about Truth having to defend the 24/7 title at Clash of Champions, so, because every title is supposed to be on the line, yet they haven't quite said if AJ Styles is going to defend his title, which he hasn't done in a little while, honestly, without having someone interfere. So if he does defend it, it's going to be a last minute, and if he does defend his title, it's going to be against Cedric Alexander. I haven't even looked into it. I'm just watching the show, and honestly, that's just what it looks like it's going to happen. So if every title is supposed to be on the line, AJ Styles is not on the card yet, but I'm going to guess he's going to end up facing Cedric Alexander for that title. The ending of Raw was awesome. The ending of SmackDown with Kevin Owens getting fired was kind of like a what the heck, and then it went off the air. Honestly, I wasn't even paying attention to the time for SmackDown because it's always over like that. So next thing you know, you're watching Chrisley Knows Best on USA, which is like a horrible show to be honest. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy the show. I hope you guys enjoy the pay-per-view coming up. And in the meantime, I hope you guys have a great day and a great week coming up. Be sure to give a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe and hit that little bell for me. Help me get a little more fans. So in the meantime, have a great one. I'll see you next time right here on Jump In and Rant.
Sometimes